Two heroes on a quest that begins now.
Ready, Jared?
I don't know how to count.
It's okay. You can fade the music if you want.
I gotta fade it?
Sure.
It's fading by itself. I thought that's why you created it.
That's it.
Do we just give it about
Good.
6 seconds, you know? How do we do it?
We're just going to say ohms.
All right.
Ready?
Om.
Yeah, clearing that negativity away right from the start, bro. That's how we're doing it today. What the heck was that?
That was my corn ohm.
Did you hear
Like,
that?
Was it like a guitar? Like
I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my mind hearing things. Auditory hallucinations. I hope everyone is doing well. Had a wonderful week.
Bring that energy, Kyle.
I've been dorking out extremely extremely hard on fucking Marvel shit, dude. I admit it, nerding out hard and getting excited about what the fuck hopefully is to come, dude.
I don't blame you, man.
Let's
They
get
haven't
down
fed
to
us.
business.
They're finally feeding us some good stuff after, what, a year? They didn't do much anything in 2020 because of the pandemic, and they're finally breaking the lid off with the Wandavison, and then coming up next is the Captain America show with the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Dude, all right,
Soldier?
yeah, man. Okay, so there's things about. I watched the trailer for that.
Which one did you want to break open first? You want to break open that one first? We'll break open that.
Well, let's go with what's going on in WandaVision because tomorrow is the newer episode.
Yeah,
so we can speculate a little bit.
Do they call it the penultimate, whatever they call it, episode? The penultimate episode?
I don't know.
The one before the finale?
What the fuck word are you trying to say?
It's PENUL, ultimate.
Penultimate? I know.
Yeah,
What the
you
fuck?
never heard of it?
No, whatever.
All right, go on.
So it ended with Wanda in the basement with Agatha and all these fucking spooky objects around.
Shout out
The kids are gone.
Kathy Hahn.
All right, so Rambo there, I don't think she's possessed by Agatha. Her eyes change color to like the energies that she's like scanning. So I think she's just seeing the world for what it was and then noticing the purple fucking roots glowing.
That makes sense because when she first started getting her powers, the electric lines were emitting that light blue color. Right?
Yeah, and Quicksilver still up in the air. He could be like a illusion or something. People are saying that Agatha turns a rabbit into somebody to
Nicholas, right?
I don't know.
What's the rabbit called?
Scratch or something like that.
Yeah, it's like Nicholas
I
Scratch.
didn't look too much into the Agatha thing. All I know is that she might not necessarily be the main bad person in this.
Makes
She's
sense.
just in it, messing things up. Who's to say?
It's been Agatha all
That
along.
book in her basement is important. It's like the Necronomicon of the MCU, which is later on going to lead to like. That's why the Multiverse of Madness is going to be like a horror movie. Blade in the future.
What do you mean in the future? Like in the future of MCU or just like
In that
next
MCU, they're going to come out with a Blade movie in the next like few years.
I didn't know if you meant like in the
And it's
future in the MCU or just in our. Like,
I don't know. Well, I'm sure that shit has already existed, but like that's the Necronomicon.
That's cool.
I can't think of the name of it.
So they're going to create vampires with that fucking thing, you think?
Unless I'm just saying like vampires maybe already exist, and that's just that book that was in her basement.
I'll be honest with you. The Rock dude who's played by Taika Waititi, isn't it Waikiki? Is that his name? He said with that 3-pronged spear in Thor Ragnarok, you could kill 3 vampires with this.
Yeah, so vampires already exist.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
True.
So that's
Good
cool.
call. Throw back to Ragnarok. Respect.
Well, I have, I'd had a long week of working and watching their
Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, WandaVision's. I don't know, man. I'm hoping that Quicksilver is a Quicksilver from another dimension or another multiverse getting pulled in by the hexagon thing, because that hexagon is like going over multiple worlds. Like other people from other like multiverses right now are experiencing it too.
So
like simultaneously on that same like say on Earth. At least this is what the YouTube video that 3 of them or 4 of them watched, because Wanda's the Nexus being, meaning that she's always exists in every fucking time in every multiverse that ever exists. She's always always there.
Just like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
Yeah, Jean Grey's one too.
That's who it was. Phoenix. Who'd I say? Vision. It was Phoenix.
Yeah.
Not Vision.
So it's possible that like the Quicksilver that's in that world just happened to like get hit by fucking the hexagon somewhere.
Oh, so
time.
it's overlapping right now.
Yeah, it's overlapping multiple places.
So Xavier's of his world. So
Possible. Yeah, 100%.
How could they say it's got to be, because it's like they own it. So why wouldn't they?
Yeah, they're saying that's what's happening. So I'm hoping that that's Quicksilver from the Fox universe. Because, dude, I just saw a thing, too, where they had all the interviews with that guy. What's his name? James Peters or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
And they're like, oh, no, well, now that Dark Phoenix is over, what do you think is... And Disney owns the X-Men. Like, what do you think is going to happen in the future of these characters? And everyone's like, well, yada, yada. And that kid's all shifty-eyed, like, oh, I don't know. Like,
because he already
knows he's going on to fucking Wandavision, can't say nothing. So it's like, they're probably going to pull him.
I hope they had good actors. Michael Fassbender's awesome. I think John McAvoy's awesome. Everybody. I like a lot of the actors.
The video. Like,
man, that chair's squeaky now, man.
You know how people... Yeah, this is the one you're in.
You want to switch?
Or is it you?
Is it me? Oh,
It's
it is
you!
me. It's me. I'm calling you out. It's me. Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
Your chair is the squeak. So...
Who would have thought that Giddy one would have the squeaky chair?
So speculate. You want to speculate a little bit?
I like speculation.
People are saying that like it is Quicksilver from the Fox. It's like it might not be that exact one from the X-Men movies, but it's like that version of Quicksilver.
So
now in the MCU.
So it's up to recast like J-Law.
They're gonna have it to where at least by the end of the season, him and his nephew are gonna do like the same little, where basically time is frozen, and they save a bunch of people together. Him and the nephew.
They're gonna have the music going and everything.
I don't know.
The old time.
That's what people are saying they're gonna do, because that's like the best thing from those fucking X-Men movies. Is one of the few.
Wow, how couldn't they, man? They got to.
Yeah, and what the fuck else are they
don't
saying
care.
too?
Why is this so squeaky all of a sudden?
I don't know, dude. You gotta quit jerking off over there, getting fucked.
I haven't been in here all fuck. See, I should have bring this chair out. That's the one I use. I take yours out because I'm lazy and I use it in my home office.
Maybe you gotta break it in.
Got to break it in.
Play more video games in that chair. Look at, yeah,
we're breaking it in now. All right, go on.
I mean, that'd be cool. 2 speedsters, little speedsters running around doing shit.
That would be awesome.
What else were they fucking gonna say?
They're gonna have a cool scene together. What do you think?
People are saying Hayward is a Skrull dude.
Oh, that's cool. I like how they're gonna introduce. They're introducing a lot of shit.
And that's why he's so obsessed with getting Vision back, because he wants it to be a weapon and not a fucking like.
Yeah, they want him as a weapon, not as a sentient being. Because what that Mind Stone was the thing that gave him the emotion. What I looked into in the comic books, he comes from Mr. Marvel, something like that. So one of the main like super heroes that aren't in this one, Mr. Wonderful or something like that.
Oh, okay, Mr. Wonder, that
Wonder,
guy.
yeah, one of them. That dude is where he gets his emotion from, and that's what he gets in the Mind Stone.
Yeah, you got to remember too that Wanda got her powers from the Mind Stone.
What she is, what I read that as a fan theory is, she's like Doctor Strange using magic, but Doctor Strange understands the magic, so that's why his is more precise. He can go.
Yeah,
she's
they have
grabbing
a name for it. That's why it's all geometric and shit.
Yeah, that she's grabbing from other dimensions too, but hers is so chaotic. But
yeah, and the only reason they changed the colors of people's magic is so you know who the fuck is using
obviously.
what. If everyone had red magic, you'd be like, "What is happening?"
And then, not to mention, it's like, oh, then Doctor Strange, maybe you should get crazy too, because this girl over here can't control it. She's tearing Thanos apart. You're the one coughing up the time stone, getting your ass beat by like. Get a little crazy here, Doctor Strange.
I don't know. He knew it was up way ahead of time, so.
Well, he looked ahead in the future, yeah, but it's like, if she has this kind of power, because, I don't know, she was going to tear the old one apart just because Vision's, that's like, you should have just probably did that from the start, lady. Like, come out the gate all angry and tear him apart, when he's coming after you, instead of you splitting your attack between Vision and him.
Whatever.
I don't know, just a couple people in there that I'm like, oh, they have to fucking plot gaps. Thor coming in at the end of Infinity War, like the one dude who wanted to fight this guy, he finally comes in. Every Marvel character is there, but the dude who's been looking for him this whole time, who has the chance to kick his ass. Well, that's why because he wouldn't have gotten that snap off that they injured. But that's just fan speculation, me nerding right.
Whatever. It doesn't.
But
matter.
anyways, on to speculate.
So Rambo, it was a little girl apparently in Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she was
I didn't see Captain Marvel.
her mom was Captain Marvel's best friend. That's where her name
The
was
woman,
Photon.
the sword lady.
Yeah, she was Photon. That was her like pilot name.
Yeah,
it was
okay.
her air pilot friend.
Okay, and yeah, and she had a little Skrull friend or whatever, little Skrull buddy that used to play Uno or some shit.
Oh, boy.
I saw clips. Yeah, I never saw Captain Marvel, but Rambo has like she's okay with the Skrull. She also she's like has some vendetta against Captain Marvel. I guess they said something about in Wakanda when they talk about it in WandaVision. I almost said Wakandavision, but
Wakandavision?
Wakandavision. Hey Bombay.
Bombay.
Hey Bombay. Did you watch that movie?
Black Panther?
Yeah.
It's a Marvel movie, yeah. The only movies I didn't watch out of the Marvel movies that I almost forgot to watch were Spider-Man, because they're not on Disney.
Really?
They're Sony's. Yeah, they're partly owned by Sony.
Which ones? Like Homecoming and shit?
The new Spider-Man movies, yeah. They're not on there because they're partly owned by Sony. They've
The
released
ones with Iron Man in them.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually bought them on Amazon. So
What the fuck?
And then they released the new name of the next one, No Way Home.
Yep.
That's
I saw
Spider-Man
that.
3.
Okay.
All right, go on with what you're saying.
WandaVision, Rambo.
She hates Captain Marvel.
I don't know if she hates her, but I don't know what the hell. She got some sort of vendetta. They say that this might, like, they're going to bring in, like, the Fantastic Four with this shit.
They have to, or not have to, but it'd be only right for them not to, because Kang is one of the Fantastic Four's descendant. Like, Reed Richards, like, great-great-great-grandson is Kang. He's a Nicholas Richards.
Okay.
And he is one of the enemies of the Fantastic Four and Avengers.
Who's Reed Richards? Stretch guy, right?
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic.
Is he related to the other one?
Yeah, he's his great-great... What do you mean? Related to which one?
Kang's...
Yeah, he's like...
Stretch guy's great-grandfather.
All right, so Reed Richards is in present time in the MCU, like 2020, whatever, 3. Kang is from the 31st century. So 3000, so he's whatever, grandson. Reed Richards' grandson. Something grandson.
Okay, I get that now.
And yeah, apparently the Richards are they're doing us a disservice by not having them in there, because they're a major part of the Marvel universe.
They're definitely going to be in by Ant-Man if fucking Kang's the bad guy.
I hope so.
So that's going to introduce Fantastic Four by then, if that's the case.
That's awesome.
But,
I love Paul Rudd. He's definitely a good character.
So Spectrum is fucking, or whatever you want to call her.
Photon.
Yeah, Photon. They think about calling her Spectrum, too. That's another name she had in the comics. I don't know. She had different names. She's been around for a while. But Rambo's character, what the fuck was I just going to say? Goddamn.
Photon. She does cool things.
She's a mutant, basically. Or she's considered like a something else, because she wasn't born a mutant. Like she never had the X gene.
But
and that
in the MCU, they're gonna give her powers because of that. The Hex.
Correct. And they're gonna say like the Mind Stone activated Wanda's X gene. Like they're gonna bring in the mutants soon enough. People are saying that like, Doctor Strange is gonna end up showing up with Professor X, but I hope that doesn't happen, because that'd be weird.
You read a different theory. The one I read was they're gonna aim more to having Wanda as a sorceress than a mutant, because of what's going on right now.
Yeah,
WandaVision and Agatha. But I don't know. Like the mutants, they got to introduce the mutants. I hope they do it better than the fucking Fox people did.
Yeah, well, if Quicksilver is Quicksilver, then they're going to explain it like being either a multiverse way or that thing activating people's.
They could do that if a fucking, like, instead of the Avengers on one Earth, it's the Fantastic Four. You know what I mean? Instead of that, you know.
They could do it that way, but they were like referring to already having like the Reed Richards already in the MC. Like he's already exists somewhere.
Oh, cool.
He might. I don't know if he has his powers or not. Who knows? What the fuck? Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's all gonna connect. It's all fucking nuts. Fucking the Falcon and shit connects to like all the Skrull. The city that it fucking takes place in is what I'm excited about. Winter Soldier shit, man.
Is Nick Fury gonna be in that one too?
Nick Fury is like on that fucking space station right now.
Yeah.
The real Nick Fury.
Yeah. He's on vacation. He's yelling at people going senile. It looked like at the end of Spider-Man.
Yeah. So Winter Soldier Falcon, that trailer came out, and like that takes place in some city that's like always in the X-Men fucking like comics and stuff.
Oh.
So like, and it's like where Wolverine does a lot of business as like a different alias other than Wolverine. I can't think of the name.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. He's there.
No shit.
Yeah,
So
dude.
that's cool. Are they gonna have
I'm
the?
hoping. And the other connection is too that the bad guys, a lot of the guys that are fighting are like part of the ninja gang that fucking Wolverine's fighting too.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles involved too.
It's some
The
guy.
Foot?
No, it's the Foot. It's not the same ones as Daredevil, but it's like some guy with a red demon mask. Excuse me.
Weren't they the hand or the fist in Daredevil?
I don't remember.
They something weird like that.
I think it was the hand.
What's up with this fucking shit? The Foot, the hands.
Foot Clan. Maybe that's what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is making fun of.
Oh, you might be
Marvel's
100%
probably out
right.
first.
Because they're DC, aren't they?
I don't fucking know.
It's always a war between these.
Yeah,
people.
they're DC because Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had a movie.
All right. Yeah, you might be 100% right. All right, back to the Winter Soldier. I hope they have the skeleton Wolverine before he gets the adamantium claws. Remember in X-Men Origins?
Yeah.
What it was, where he had the bone?
Yeah, you hope he's a Bone Wolverine first.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I really do. But actually it won't, because it's probably going to take place 2023, so it's going to be all post Days of Future Past.
Yeah, because when did Wolverine necessarily get his medal? Like 90s, 2000s?
Days of Future Past in this universe, I guess. Well, actually, yeah, that's when Stryker got him in that timeline, I guess.
Yeah, and then he woke up all crazy and tore the whole fucking place apart with his new metal hands
Yeah.
in front of the kids.
That would have been in like the 80s, right?
Traumatized the kids.
In that, because they were going after Dinklage, maybe 80s, 90s.
That's the 80s, because fucking 80s is Age of Apocalypse.
Is it?
Yeah, because that's when Quicksilver saves the mansion, right? And that takes place after
It is.
Days of Future Past,
Yep,
because
yep.
after Future Past
So it
is
would've been in the-
70s.
No shit. Yeah. Cool.
It's like 10 years or something after.
So much shit.
Wacky.
Maybe we could maybe figure out something that matters in this world instead of nerding out on
No,
like,
this is what's
stupid fucking
Marvel
Marvel
This
shit.
is what's fun right now.
We
So
might-
I'm hoping they bring in Wolverine with fucking possibly they fight him or they leave it off at the end with like a hint to him coming in. That'd be fucking so cool to have Wolverine in the fucking MCU
well,
now.
they got to now. They got to.
Mutants, man, would be dope as fuck.
You need to
Because
replace.
Quicksilver and Wolverine are apparently like friends later on.
Well, you got to replace Robert Downey Jr. with at least 12 different actors to just fill them shoes because he's such a good actor.
Why do you got to bring him back?
No, they got to replace him to actually fill up the seats.
Oh yeah,
Because Robert Downey Jr. is so good, he just.
Oh, so they're going,
They got to go with
they're going
instead
nuts.
of finding another quality actor, they're just going to go with quantity actor. They're going to get 12 different actors to try to fill up as much seats as this one
That's
dude
funny.
did. Tell you what, they could. I bring Owen Wilson. I hope they have a cool duel with Owen Wilson and Jackie Chan, and maybe Eddie Murphy too. They just introduce everybody who Owen Wilson has been movies in. Vince Vaughn.
Chris Tucker, bring him in, give him powers.
No, thank you. I'll
Why?
pass on that.
Why?
I'm not a fan of Chris Tucker
Was
at
it because
all.
he was on the Epstein list?
Is he really?
Yeah.
Good. He seemed no offense. I can't.
Come in!
No, I'm good. That dude, it's like I watched Friday last month. I watched that movie. Isn't that what it was? Friday that he was in? Yeah. I just don't know. Ice Cube's awesome. Debo's awesome.
You
That
just
whole
can't
movie's.
stand Chris Tucker, CT, huh?
I
Come
just
and
can't.
get us!
I just can't.
You think that's how he fucks? Yo, get the little kids in here!
God damn, I want to punch you right in the
Why?
fucking face
Why?
right now.
Because it's fucking him?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't bring violence. It shouldn't be violence.
You should be
Never.
laughing.
He's not funny. It's annoying. I'm sorry. His voice is annoying. It kills me.
I never said it wasn't.
You're right. You didn't say. But I just don't find humor with him. There's a
Yeah.
couple things I chuckled at, but for the most part, he doesn't. So back to, they need to replace Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, well, either way, they're not going to have Hugh. Probably, it's not going to be Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Well, they could always have. Well, they're introducing the multiverse shit.
Yeah, it's
so
going to be like could possibly be a younger, different version. Like you said, Bone Claws, possibly. Whatever.
it ain't gonna be Bone Claws if it's in
No,
2023.
it
it's
ain't
gonna
going to be Bone Claws. Cause,
Wolverine we know and love.
Yeah. I'm hoping Quicksilver's a fucking legit guy. Bring him in.
I hope they resurrect Kick-Ass.
No.
I
They don't
like
need
that
to.
guy.
Why?
I don't know, because you don't.
Oh, you meant like the Kick-Ass movies in the MCU, or you meant that
that
Quicksilver?
character?
Oh, I don't care.
As
He's fine.
Quicksilver.
He's fine.
Yeah,
He's fine.
I liked him. I don't.
He's not as fast as the other one.
No, he wasn't right.
No.
Seems like that.
The other one Dude, like the other one, everything's in slow motion, and he's like casual, and he's even zipping around where you can't see him while everything else is in slow motion still.
Yeah.
The other guy is like, he's just in slow motion. You never see him invisible. Like he's so fast. It's just like God slows, or like he's like Godspeed. There's no, and he's super strong too because his body's built to like handle that speed and that velocity and shit.
And the Kick-Ass the dude who played Kick-Ass, his body isn't because he was made. Maybe that's why. In that universe, that dude's a mutant, grew up with it.
This one was made with the Mind Stone.
Yeah, could be. Or they won't even explain and say, have fun. They could do that. Kevin Feige, good job. I like you, dude. Keep doing what you're doing.
It'd be very disappointing if it was just kind of like a
They recasted the actor.
No, that was kind of like just like an Easter egg. Like, that guy was Quicksilver in another movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, where it's not. I see what you're saying. Where it's just an imposter, just made up fucking fantasy that Agatha or whoever made. And
Yeah,
then it just
but you know what?
disappears.
No,
Yeah,
they're not gonna do that. It's too.
It's too on the
specific.
nose. Yeah,
It's
you
too
can't.
specific because people who have never seen the other X-Men movies too are gonna watch those motherfucking things on Disney Plus.
Well, they're right. Yeah, they're the legend.
And then they're gonna watch WandaVision later on and be like, wait, what the fuck?
Well, plus you said it best. He is the best part of the movies. Like that Quicksilver, them are the
Him and his
funnest scenes.
nephew are gonna have a little scene where they're fucking.
It'd be awesome. I wonder where they are. Like where the kids are right now.
They're in that book because they're materialized. Apparently, they're in that book. Agatha rematerialized them out of magic that they were made from. Something
Is that where all the children are? Is in that book? Or?
I don't know about that, but I just know that like Agatha, she talks about eating the kids and shit. And she wants to like absorb their energy. Apparently, from what I looked at, like the shit that
she did say she has punched a kid before.
She said she bit a kid.
Oh, bit a kid.
Yeah,
yes,
I won't bite, and then it cuts to her.
I have actually bit a kid before.
Yeah. So there's, I don't know. That was just being funny, but
no, I think you got to take everything in this shit very seriously and not the way it's supposed to be, like on the nose.
I don't know if she like absorbs essences from children or them being like Mephisto's kids and something. The two kids are important. I know that, but they're just gone. They're not there right now. We'll see what's up.
They are important.
Tonight at 2 a.m. I'll watch it.
That's when it comes out. Is at 2?
That's when Mandalorian used to come out.
No shit. So that must be
2 p.m. EST.
2 p.m. a.m.
2 a.m.
Damn.
Yes, you.
I don't know. I watch it every morning, Friday mornings when they come out. When I wake up.
Eat some cereal.
No, drink coffee.
Cry.
Yep.
Cry into your coffee.
Is that a real song, dude?
No, but you lay me down on your mattress. That's a new one I just made up. Your raw mattress, your pilly raw mattress with no cover sheet, lay me down.
I'm just thinking of it like your parents in a music video while you're over there singing this song while your dad's caressing your mother.
Let the boy watch.
Well, it's literally a music video of your parents about to make love with each other while you're in the corner.
Down on your raw pilly mattress.
And that's just you in the corner, just getting close-ups.
Your pillows with no cases on them.
Damn.
The My Pillow guy's getting sued for saying some voter fraud nonsense.
Everybody's getting. I'm suing you, bro. You haven't been served yet. You will be. You will be served. I'm suing you. Defamation suit, bro. I don't know what it means, but you're getting it.
Like,
you defame me.
All I do is say you're cool. So I mean, if you're against that, go fuck yourself.
Damn it. That's exactly.
X-Men. What else? What's the other one? Isn't there another show fucking coming out too?
Loki.
Yeah, but I don't know too much about that other than him being like a time cop.
Then after Loki,
and him not being my most favorite out of all of them. So
I think they're
doesn't have anything to do with X-Men Loki.
Black Widows after that. They're releasing that.
Who doesn't like who doesn't like the fucking X-Men, bro?
I didn't like the original movies that much. I thought they were very much overrated and very corny.
As a kid, did you like them?
Not really.
No.
They were very corny.
Yeah.
Just all super, like the only movie that was cool was Batman and Batman Returns up until they released the new Batmans, the Dark Knights.
I was okay with like the first Tobey Maguire movie when it first came out when I was younger. I was like, that was okay. The video games were fun.
I guess okay at best because I felt like it was just a rom-com in my little stupid, because I liked Batman because it felt Dick Tracy was cool in my opinion too. I loved that movie growing up. Felt like a comic book. It felt like legit. I don't know why.
I don't remember Dick Tracy at fucking.
Really?
I remember he wore a yellow coat and hat.
I love that movie.
What else did he do?
He fucking was a detective. He had the watch with the fucking, like, the communicated watch with mumbles. He was the whole mob was just all different mutant, crazy people.
Prune face. I know that's one of them.
And it was just all mob walnuts.
Okay.
It was cool.
Did they shoot people? He killed people with guns?
He had the Tommy gun and shit. Yeah.
He was a detective.
One guy got put in the bath, which is they put in a fucking, he gets put in a box and cement. They fill it up with cement and then
Tracy. I've never
cut
seen
him
it. I probably as a kid, because you know what? I get that movie confused with Roger Rabbit.
No.
I know it's different. I know it's 100% different, but like the end, you know how the bad guys in Roger Rabbit is like Christopher Lloyd is like goons and shit with Tommy guns? I get those confused.
I love that movie.
You know what I used to watch a lot when I was a kid? The Rocketeer.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Have you seen that?
I watched the beginning, I think. I feel like I turned it on, but I had to shut it off.
It's probably the same thing with Dick Tracy. The Rocketeer was like the guy with the gold helmet, and he's got like a golden jetpack.
Oh, shit.
And he was like a pilot in like World War I or II, like flying planes, and he flies around with like a pistol, and he's got a jetpack.
I'll have to watch it.
He's just, he doesn't have powers or nothing, but it's like a steampunky-esque kind of like theme.
It's cool. That's
Everyone's got like goggles and fucking like
I can see
like
it probably is.
It's like the World War II era esque how people dressed type shit.
Because this is more noir esque. You know what I mean?
Same shit. And he's like a guy with a golden jetpack and helmet and flies around.
Maybe could very well be. Are people dying and shit? Showing people being fucking filled up in boxes full of cement and
I don't remember, dude. The Rocketeer. I think it's on fucking like.
I'll watch it because I feel like I've watched something called Rocket, but it felt super corny, and I didn't want to watch it because it felt like it was more of a children's style.
I used to have a little toy of him. I loved it. He was just like in flying position. You couldn't do nothing with him. Rocketeer, bro.
I'll have to watch it. I'll give it a go.
I'll give Dick Tracy a go.
Dick Tracy's legit.
You give
man.
Rocketeer a bro.
It's more like Batman than anything. It's like that style of fucking
punches
movie.
Guys.
Yeah, he fucking kills people with guns, bro.
Dude, that's how the fucking the Green Hornet should have been. Not Seth Rogen's bullshit. It was supposed to be noir-esque with a guy who knows martial arts and who has enough money and shit to afford, because he wasn't on Batman's level with his gadgets because he wasn't like a millionaire. Well, he was. He
was a millionaire. He wasn't a billionaire.
Yeah. He was he wasn't. He was more of a detective guy with the suit and the pimped out, and he had cool gadgets and shit.
That's cool.
And it was supposed to be more noir, and he used to gun and shit. Like,
well, they made it more Big Trouble Little China. Fucking Seth Rogen's the guy who talks a lot, and fucking the side character is the one who actually kicks ass.
They're both supposed to be kicking ass because Bruce Lee was Kato.
Yeah, I know.
But it'd be they should have did it fucking like that, like more mobster-esque, and have him with the guy with the karate guy, and him doing cool shit with gadgets, more gadgets, a cool fucking car. That car is supposed to be fucking dope.
It was cool. Oop. That was one of the cool. Damn.
Hey, I'm getting
you
excited.
Fucking made Quicksilver slide down,
I did,
bro.
Dude.
Come on. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. That was the Easter egg in this. We wanted to talk about 3/4 of the podcast about Quicksilver while we just introduced a card to it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I like it. I think I have that one. I don't know. I'll have to look through my old...
No, that's the new edition is Quicksilver.
Superhero cards.
Mix. He's added to the Monkeys, man. The Monkeys, Dragon, and the Mando. It is actually pretty hilarious that we add something silly to the mix every time.
I'll add something silly to the mix, dude.
Oh, damn.
Goofy juice.
Keep your fucking
silly string.
Your pubert wig to yourself, bro. Nobody wants to see that
Merkins.
Thing. Ooh. The Merkins. Americans?
Mercs.
No, I don't know that one. Kyle, I just want you to know, after 100 episodes, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool podcast you have going on here, bro.
Thanks, you too, dude.
It looks good here. Looks nice. Pretty nice. Thanks for listening to every episode, everybody. If you haven't,
100.
Cool. 100
over
episodes.
what, 8 years?
Wow, why'd you get so sassy about it, bro?
Because we could have done one every day.
Damn.
100 days.
And done this, yeah, exactly.
Been quite a ride, Jared. 100, dude.
Yeah.
Should have shot a fucking popper in my face.
I'll pour some hot coffee. Whoa.
I'm about to fart 100 times, come 100 times, and then throw up once.
Gross. It's just going to be in the volume of what you just shit and came. I like it.
So that's about it as far as movies and shit, TV shows. Fucking
for Marvel?
We're just marveling out.
No, I don't care. I just got sidetracked
about sidetracked too.
Dick Tracy, bro.
Oh,
is
Dick Tracy.
what I was talking about, man.
Okay.
I like it. That's still considered. I think that's Marvel. No, that's DC. I do believe. Actually.
Detective Comics is probably fucking Dick Tracy.
You're right. 100%.
Oh, it's talking about the Green Hornet and how that was supposed to be fucking
But
cool.
that's still fucking. I don't know. Still not Dick Tracy to me.
No.
Nah, it still isn't. Still isn't. Al Pacino's in Dick Tracy.
Is it a prequel to Scarface?
It is. No,
Is
it's
that how he got his
no, it's a
scar?
sequel to Scarface, bro. It's all about how he regains his empire in the city. He moves from Miami to wherever Dick Tracy.
Scarface, Prune Face, Dick Face.
Mumbles? Dustin Hoffman's Mumbles, I do believe.
So there's a bunch of mutant
I
mobsters?
think his name's Walnuts in that movie, to be honest with you.
Why do they call him Walnut?
Because he eats fucking walnuts, bro.
Ooh,
He can crack walnuts.
Okay, with
Yeah.
his hand. Strong.
Man, is that his name?
He got all strength from eating walnuts.
Maybe.
He's real strong from trying to eat the walnuts and cracking them, but
forgot
he's
who
strong
the-
from getting them too.
Who the lady was? Madonna? Is that who's in that movie?
Probably.
She's like the Marilyn Monroe character.
She was in a lot of movies during the 80s because that's when Madonna was popular. Oh, so dude.
Talk.
All right. Speaking of the 80s.
Preach.
Okay.
Send it.
It's related.
Get it.
I'm going to talk about my YouTube fucking rabbit hole I went down last night.
Let's do it.
What the fuck?
Send it.
Talking about something led to the Loki trailer has a game in it called like Placebus or Polybius or something, which is like an urban legend, like a government put up an arcade machine back in the height of arcades in the 80s. And it was like supposed to like make people like have like psychedelic trips and get them like super hooked and all weirded out and be like lines of people waiting for these machines. And apparently the Men in Black came and took them all away. And there's like people who apparently have like pictures of the machines and whatnot. It's like an urban legend.
All right. Or a Mandela effect.
I was looking into that. Then it led me like this other road of like someone finding like a NES cartridge that was hacked of the Godzilla game. You know, like there was like an NES Godzilla game.
Well, what? How was it hacked?
Like someone must have took the cartridge apart and put like their own ROM of the game in it, and then added like monster, like different. Like eventually the game got different, and would freeze and glitch out and have like just creepy shit added. Like things would be like red skulls and like weird.
Well, that's how I was trying to ask, like how it got creepy. Is
Oh yeah, they would
people
have
added-
like they added their own monsters and alternate instead of the planets being like Earth, Jupiter, and Mars. It was like Xenoths, fucking like words for like parts of the mind and subconscious and shit like that.
All right.
That led me into what the fuck? Oh, okay, a thing called liminal spaces. Cause like. Okay, so there's like liminal spaces are like what I guess like Lego box art. Like this is how it started. This whole video was like Lego box art, but
We're
without.
looking this up as you're talking.
Yeah, look
about.
into liminal spaces, but it seems to only affect American people like us, like Americans who grew up in the 80s and like 90s, possibly early 2000s. Because like a liminal space is like an empty shopping mall. They're like images of places that give you like kind of an eerie nostalgia effect. But that's also like weird because it's like they broke down why it was weird. It's because it's like,
Do you want the wiki of it? What it says?
yeah, what's a wiki say for a liminal?
Liminal space is an aesthetic that refers to the feeling of being in a transitional space that has been abandoned, a mall at 4 a.m. or a school hallway in the summer,
Yeah.
for example. This makes it feel frozen and slightly unsettling.
Yeah, they're places that like your brain never really, like, you don't really need to pay much to, like you said, transitional spaces.
Yep.
Place like you don't really need to pay much detail to the environment. And then once you realize they're like taken out of context, like a mall is supposed to be booming with people. And then when it's not, it's like, this is weird.
Yes. Yes, I
And
can see
like-
where you could say that.
And then like the stuff that's like designed by people, like you'd see like a weird like sales shack in the middle of a park but empty, lit by like a street light, and it just seems something about it seems off, and it's because it's like it is because everything in natural is just a landscape, but when it's like designed by a person because it's designed with like a purpose, and then it's like taken out of that context.
Gotcha.
It makes us feel fucking weird about it. Like there's something in the human brain that makes us feel weird. Like that's out of place.
Yeah.
It's not doing what it was designed to do. And it like also connects with like, when you see like empty arcades and stuff, you're like, this place used to be like booming with like kids and happy, like people having fun. Like what happened?
And do you
like,
think this liminal space feeling that people get, they get a little bit paranoid, and that's the haunting feeling they
Yeah,
get, like
it's like
seeing like
yeah.
spirits, and this place has ghosts. Do you think it's because it's
correct.
late at night? This place
Well,
ain't doing what it's supposed
I
to,
think
like
could
a
be
bar.
both. Could be both, because places hold energy too. But I'm saying the photos of, I think that's like a layer on it. Like you can creep yourself out literally just because of like it being like this place is empty, something's off, but there literally could be something going on.
Like you're in a mental institution late at night, nobody's there, and it's abandoned. That liminal space feeling where you're like, well, where's the crazies in here? And then your brain makes up what's that noise over there?
I think an insane asylum probably has a lot of residual energy, and there actually probably is paranormal activity and that fucking liminal space. I had no clue that was like a thing. Like I've like just that liminal spaceship, but it seems to only affect people like mostly Americans in the 80s to like 2000s because of how much like, you know, malls and shit like that are, and like maybe from people from other countries have that same effect, but within their country.
Just shows you how much this oligarchy has pounded in our heads to make us like so used to institutions that if they're not, the institution's not running the way it's supposed to, we're like, oh my God, what's going on? How much are people sheep now?
Well,
that's all
it stems from just like
being programmed.
Well, no, not even that. It's like the brain, like it has to go back to like that design's purposes, like the design is out of context, basically. Like so something is
it's like the Fibonacci sequence. Like if you see someone had work done on their face, it don't matter what the face is. You just like you see, it's like, wait, why is that off? Like something's off with you.
We know that like
just the weird programming that we don't understand in our brains. Well,
it was also explained in a weird sense of like you can kill the creepiness away by like when you see fire hydrants. They always look at those little stubby things. But then when you finally see them on the ground, you realize they're like fucking 12 foot long, and that little stubby colored part is only at the end. And you're
when you
what
actually
the fuck?
You see
but
them
then
as
when you take
whole.
a second to think about it, you're like, oh, it has to be that long to get to the fucking water. So like, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, are you just talking about how a fire hydrant's connected to a water line? Is that what you're saying?
Like, yeah. At first, before you ever see a fire hydrant out of the ground, do you ever really, like, the first time I ever really saw one, I was like, oh, shit, like, they're a lot bigger than just that, like,
oh, yeah, I get what you're
colored.
saying. Yeah. If you don't understand
and then you take a second to realize, like, oh, that's why they're that long. That makes sense. Same with this other shit. Like, at first, like, this is weird and creepy. You're like, no, it's just closed down. Like, it ain't creepy. It's just no one's here because it's fucking closed. Like,
and that's what that liminal space feeling is.
Yeah.
It's that feeling of before you start thinking about it. It's that weird anxiety.
It's just the unnatural feel. But then you can break it down and get rid of that fear by, like, logically realizing what the fuck is up.
Systematically.
Excuse me.
That's a nasty burp you got there. Are you sick?
No, dude. Just too much cum in my stomach. In my belly.
I was wondering where you got that glass from. I wondered why you brought it to the bathroom.
I was looking at that, the liminal spaces shit, which is cool. I was watching a guy talking about, like, digging in caves and how the one park that's like some giant cave was discovered. I'm going to butcher this now because I was cleaning my room like a madman, too.
What time?
What are you talking about?
What time were you in watching this movie?
Last night.
Damn, and you were cleaning your room?
Yeah.
Were you on a little meth?
No, I clean dude, you ever clean for like hours and then look at the place you clean and be like, it's only different by like a little bit. Like I did a lot. Like I threw a lot of game cases. I dusted and wiped. Like I cleaned and vacuumed and crazy. You know what I mean? Just got rid of shit I don't even use anymore. Gave shit away. My drone. Fucking gave it away to some little kid.
Damn, what a gentleman. Give to the needy, bro. Don't be greedy.
Yeah, exactly.
But I can't say. Usually when I clean, I notice a difference after the fact.
I mean, I noticed that I did, but like at the same time, it's like there's still more to do because my next project's like my closet, getting rid of the clothes I don't wear anymore.
Get rid of them skeletons, bro. I
trying not to like feel overwhelmed by the whole situation, but I want Jordan Peterson cleaning my room. So, I was watching this dude who's like a spelunker, and he was talking about, I can't think of the name of the park, but some dude, I'm butchering all this. This is terrible. Some dude fucking in the 30s or 40s.
Do you want to Google it quick while I like entertain people with my new hit song?
No, they can look it up for themselves.
Jerry sings a song.
I mean, unless you want to sing a song.
I don't got a song.
Okay, some dude fucking was like a little spelunker, and he got trapped in a cave, and like there was this whole big thing because like he thought it was like he needed help. And he ended up doing like this crazy S shape, like 60 feet underground. He got trapped. There was like a cave in that trapped in his legs. And like only like 3 other people managed to get to him. And it was like a reporter, like his brother, and then some other people that would go down and actually climb and fucking give him like food and whatnot. And then they wanted to actually dig another hole down and like meet him, but by the time anything happened, he died. And like they discovered that like that little part of the entrance that he found actually led to like the largest cave thing that's like a national park now. But that part where he died is actually fucking like sealed off.
Oh, so he had like went to the dead end of that, and there was another path that would have left.
There was a cave in, and it crushed his legs, and he couldn't get. No one could get to him because what was easy to him.
Yeah,
An experienced cave guy was actually super fucking hard and crazy for him when you're crawling in little tunnels in pure blackness with a candlelight or some shit.
That's understandable.
So like, he died, but that led to the discovery of like one of the biggest cave systems in like the country and I don't know the world, but it's like a national park now.
That's cool. Have you been in there?
No, because I'm claustrophobic as fuck. But I was watching a video of people like climbing into the blackness, like descending into this darkness, and like the glacial funnels. Well, people just go and explore like water that like funnels down and creates eventually like what happens is like water on top. You know how water will always find the weakest spot. Mm-hmm. So water finds like the little tiny little crack in a glacier, and eventually it erodes and erodes and erodes. It becomes like a glacier. It's like the size of a water slide. It just goes down. Like God knows how long, and people are like exploring. They just zip on they go on their little down into darkness with walls of basically glass because it's smooth. Ice. Yeah. They just go down.
Would you do it?
No,
you would
absolutely
not.
Absolutely not.
Even if you knew all the safety nets there, the thing's pure in, it's there.
Absolutely not.
They'd be like, Kyle, we'll give you all the security you need.
Nope. Because if anything were to happen, nope. You're fucked. You're done a water slide into the darkness. Yeah, and God knows how long.
And you're definitely fucked because your only savior died 10 years ago in the same fucking hole that you just came from.
Fucking.
The only guy who could save you is dead already.
And that also led to people who, like, early explorations where people would fall into a glacier and like, well, that guy's dead. And
they just leave him.
And then he'd show up a couple days later out, like he popped out the other end. Like the
Oh, no shit. So he just got saved. Lucky
fuck.
And
it's the water eroded enough to where he could pop out the other end of the glacier with either walking and climbing, but just, yeah. But can you imagine, dude, you get to one of those, eventually you just get down to where it ends, and it's just a wedge. Cool. Water didn't get to that part yet.
No, I couldn't imagine that. I would just panic and die from panic and have my heart attack.
Yeah, I'd have a heart attack. Or whatever tool I had on me, I'd probably slit my throat or something.
My fucking ketchup blood would not be able to pump through my veins fast enough.
You're never going to catch me in a cave spelunking.
Have you ever...
What's up?
Have you ever seen a water pump try to move syrup? It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
And that's what would be like my blood running through my veins for my heart.
Oh, dude, fucking Christ. Yeah, because I'm also, terrifying. Yeah, dude, that's not fun. What the fuck was I going to say?
Something about the funnel. You get to the end.
Oh, yeah, just no thanks. The spelunkers. Oh, so the people that discovered like one of the biggest cave systems, this team, they went down and like they'd have like these really big long drop offs that would have, and then they'd have to like crawl through like little tiny cubby hole, like just enough for them to fit, like, and then more drop offs, and then more little, and then some of them would be like you'd go in this direction walking, and then have to crawl in a little tiny hole, literally like under what you just walked on, and then drop back down, like literally rappel down, like. Fucking, they got down to like 6,000 something hundred feet before they found the end. They found the end where one of the holes that they crawled through was filled with water. They didn't have scuba gear because it was too big to fit through any of the holes. So those people went in that fucking water, and I was like, let's hope there's an end. Let's just hope there's a fucking. Well, no, it's a little crawl tube filled with water. Not swimming. You're in a little tube,
just holding your breath. Inching your way through,
hoping that you can pop out the other side, or like going as far as you can and then crawling back. And then like, all right, I didn't get far. They probably all tied themselves to each other and just went in.
Yeah, tie your feet.
In the blackness, and God forbid your lights go out. You're 6,000 feet underground where no one's going to ever get to you, dude.
Oh, my God. You just reminded me of this dwarf movie I watched called, like, oh, my God, dude. You just...
What, a dwarf movie?
Yeah, it was like Lord of the Rings. Oh,
But
it was a
not
B
Lord of-
movie.
oh my
It was a
God.
B movie where these dwarfs are trapped underground because of a dragon caused a cave in, and it was just.
Oh my
supposed to be-
God.
Oh.
Is it live action?
It's real, like people. Yeah, it's legit people.
Oh,
dude.
what the
Oh my
fuck?
God, dude, you just blew my
Oh,
mind.
that's hilarious.
This
it's
is
like,
what.
it's like a real life crisis, like when those miners got trapped,
God,
but it's
dude.
fucking.
Oh, they don't
dwarves.
survive, man. It's just like them.
Sad?
It is.
Sad?
It isn't sad. It's more like creepy / like. It's good because it's like an independent movie. I gotta look at.
You have to look this up for
Remember
me.
the name of it? It's oh my God, it's something off Dragon Mountain, something Dragon Mountain.
That is so funny, dude.
The Dwarfs under Dragon Mountain, something. Give me 1 second. But anyways, they're mining. This dragon caused a cave, and 4 of them are underneath it. They eventually find out one of them. It's just cool how smart some movies are, where it's literally these 4 dwarfs underground. You learn like all about what that world's about just from their conversation. Oh, you fuck you. You're with the humans. You're one of their friends, and you just from their banter and shit. It's cool. They eventually find a crazy fucking crazy like underground monster creature. It reminded me of Pan's Labyrinth. You remember that monster with no eyes? It had eyes in its hand. Reminded me of that.
Did you ever see The Descent?
That's what they called this movie. I try to remember the name. It was
Like a dwarven descent.
It was Lord of the Rings meets The Descent was how they were trying to sell this movie.
With all the girls with all their bullshit problems, all fucking each other's husbands with the blind mole creatures underground. That would
It
eat
was
people.
it was called The Dwarfs of Dragon Mountain, but it was renamed from like the first name that it was called the Dwarfs of Demerol. It's an independent movie that came out, I think.
When the fuck did you watch this, dude? Damn. That's
Last
Damn.
Sunday, I think I watched it. Last Friday, girlfriend was working. I was cooking dinner. I just turned it on as a stupid. It literally got a 3.6 out of 10 on IMDb.
That's great.
It's not that great of a movie, but it's smart. It's just stupid background noise. What the hell? When did it come out? I'm trying to see. I had a couple people who I was like, man, that dude's from fucking The Hobbit.
Dwarves of was he in his dwarf costume from The Hobbit? Same makeup and everything?
Came out in 2018. Well, I mean, they look like
That's so funny, dude. This the Dwarves of Demerol.
yeah, they
Oh
find
my
this freaking
God.
creature and steal her eggs and start eating them because they're starving to death, and they eventually die anyways.
They do?
It just ends with them like underground, like kind of accepting that they're fucked. Like the light goes out and they just because when I was watching, I was eating dinner. And I'm like, then I look up, I'm like, take a bite of something, and I'm just getting into eating and everything, listening to it. Then also I look up, it's the credits. I'm like,
They all died.
what the fuck just happened? I had to rewind
No
and
rescue party?
it's literally them 3 in there talking about this one guy who has like an infection from him being like hurt. He's about to die or gonna die. And the light goes out and they just say like a couple other words and it's the end of the movie.
Cool.
Yeah.
No thanks. No, I'm good.
It was a good movie. Because my whole thing was I wasn't going to get, because it was like, oh, dwarves mining? Cool. That's
Cool.
what they do anyways. You're going to expect it.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't as scary as they wanted it to be, I don't think. But anyways, what the hell were we just talking
dwarf
about?
mining movie.
The hell were we talking about before that?
I don't know.
You blew my mind with the fucking...
Just talking about the guy going in the caves.
Oh, the cave-ins, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
You blew my
man.
mind.
The people being just no thanks, dude. I cannot imagine just crawling in little tiny spaces in pure blackness.
You couldn't...
If you didn't have a light, you're fucked.
couldn't-
The stone is like the little stalagmites that are super like cut. Yeah, everything's like
You're telling me you couldn't be the android from Aliens who has to go through like that fucking that pipe for 100 meters? Remember that?
no.
Who's the fucking android in that movie? What's his name? David? What? No, name.
No,
That's from
He's
Prometheus.
got a cool name.
I forgot his name.
I know. I can think of it in my head too. The one from number 2, right?
Yeah. At the end of that movie, he's got to go reset the satellite dish, and to get
Okay.
there, they have to cut open a tube, and he's in like that fucking like a 12-inch tube going through it like this, through the whole thing, or maybe like this.
Ugh.
But it isn't that big for him to fit in. Where I'm like, I would
No,
panic. Give me at least a 24-inch pipe to go
Remember
through.
in what the fuck's that other space movie with the people who are like designed to evolve on the ship, or you're designed to evolve on the new Earth? The ship crashed underwater.
Oh boy, what the fuck was it?
It's the name of some fucking disease. You got it. You got the pandium or whatever.
Yeah, that's what
It's
it was. It
not-
was like
it's-
Pandium or
You know, it's not-
Pandorum.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's the name
Pandorum.
of the fucking shit you get when you're losing your mind in space.
It was with Ben Foster.
Remember how when he gets stuck in that fucking tube?
Oh, I can't remember that.
He's
I
crawling.
watched
He's
it
trying to get
once.
out. Everything's like locked. So he like breaks in through a little thing, all those little tubes and wires, and he's like, "I'm gonna crawl through this little fucking compartment." And he ends up falling down upside down against like a vent that's locked, where he's just in fucking the thing, and there's a skeleton next to him, like someone else tried to get out too.
So now he's fucked.
And
that's
like,
where
the
they
vent
leave him?
breaks. I think he gets it.
Oh.
Gets it out where he gets the little thing to like do the hatch or unscrews
Gotcha.
it or something. But can you imagine, dude, just hanging upside down in a little thing? Fucking
That's how you die.
cool. I'm stuck.
You starve to death. No, you die from a thirst first.
Of what? Yeah, you die of thirst. You just die, stuck upside down in a little tube.
The end game is you would be dead. That is what what would happen.
Cool.
The Dwarves of Demerol, bro. That fucking dragon, you see him one scene. So why they call it the Dwarves of Dragon Mountain?
Because the dragon.
One fucking scene with him.
One
in the beginning.
cave in and they're fucked. What? So they have to move in deeper into the mine. Is that
That's
what it is?
exactly what happens. And they try to get oil and stuff. And something happens where one dude has something and another dwarf has another item they need to use, but they're beefing, so whatever.
You got the lighter and you have the fucking oil.
I
for
just
it.
remember-
Fucking put them together so we can have a torch.
The one dwarf who wore like the black shit thought he was the hottest shit, and the one dwarf who was just the old guy who this fucking dude was degrading because he worked with the humans. I guess man is their enemy in this movie. And this is the only, like, the dude who worked with men was the only one trying to work for everybody to get him out of there. And this guy was like, do it my way. Ha 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 ha. You're an idiot. Everything you say kind of shit. And it's like, oh, this guy's a cocksucker.
And they're just, it's literally just dwarfs bullshitting while they're crawling through tunnels.
Yeah, really talking. Yeah, that's really a lot of dialogue. I mean, I was half listening, but good stuff. I learned a lot.
I learned a lot. Learned a lot about dwarven culture.
Not as much as I learned about D.B. Cooper watching that documentary today.
Tell me
but
about some Debus Cooper.
like 4 or 5 people think they know it was their relative or friend. He could have been a tranny, which is, he could have been, D.B. Cooper could have been a barb, so a man to a woman.
You mean?
Or he could have been this lady's husband. Or he could have been this other, like, kind of milfy, late 30s, early 40s lady's uncle who disappeared while she was a kid. Like, and
He just what? Had a bunch. How do you get? He got a bunch of money. Had got tricked people into giving him a bunch of money, and he hijacked a plane.
No, what he did was hijack a plane to get a bunch of money. So what he did was he gets on a plane, he's wearing glasses and a hat, and he hands the stewardess a note before they take off. And I guess he was real quiet. The stewardess looks at it, puts it in her pocket. He's like, hey, read the note. And she looks at the note, says something about having a bomb, and this is a hijacking, and blah, blah, blah. So they take off, and by the time they land, he's like, everybody's cool. Nobody really knows, if I remember right, like actual passengers. So the next stop they make is in like Oklahoma or some bullshit. Washington, something like that. Excuse me.
And this is when like flying was like a luxury, right?
This is
different.
70s, early 70s, I think this took
Okay,
place,
so
the
yeah,
D.B. Cooper shit.
so it's before like commercial.
So it was
airlines
right
real
at that
crazy.
that cusp, yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
60s and early 70s, it was a real luxury, I think.
Uh-huh.
Like middle class
Smoking was still
families,
allowed. Yeah.
middle class families and such would be the only ones flying. Well, he does that, and they drop off the passengers. He leaves the stewardess and 2 pilots on the plane. They give him money, a bag full of like 250 G's, open bag, no ties or anything. So they fly. They think that's what it was. They leave from like Washington or Seattle, somewhere like that, to fly to Denver, Colorado, or New Mexico. And while over the Pacific Northwest, he jumps out. People don't realize that was his plan. They thought they were going to bring all the way to fucking Colorado and jump again to Mexico.
Uh-huh.
So that was what he told them they were going to do. So as they're flying over Northwest, they fucking he pops over the plane, jumps out. And I guess there was no bomb. Maybe there was a bomb. I can't remember.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and then the 4th guy was a dude who did another, what they call it? They call it like where they mimic the same kind of heist.
Okay.
6 months, 7 months later. There was this other guy who did that. He copycatted that. They copycatted that. He did the same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the FBI, one officer in the FBI was, that is D.B. Cooper, because I think he lost the money the first time he jumped out because we gave him a bag with no tie. It was open. You couldn't zip it up or anything. So he was blaming that guy. So that's the big mystery at DB. 4 or 5 people that they all could have.
What, they only found a handful of dollar bills or something in some water?
Well, they found it on a beach. That's where this lady's husband, they think it was, like, this one guy made a compelling argument, in my opinion, that it could have been because he fucking finds money. He finds a bag or something. Randomly, they're on a trip. They're looking all over the coast where it all happened. They find money, and he throws a bag of money, like a bag in the water. He's watching it go off the fucking thing, and she's all pissed. Well, he threw the big bag in the fucking thing, the shit that was fucked up with dollars and everything. He threw in the water, just watching it, smiling.
DB did?
This is her husband, who could be DB Cooper.
Okay.
And she got mad at him because he's littering. But he threw all the money that got destroyed and shit down the river while she's inside at this restaurant or something. He's doing his own shit down by this river, she was saying.
Why is he throwing the money away?
He threw some of it that was damaged away, that was like fucking had holes in it and shit. And that's what they found, was him throwing the money in and just letting it go down the river. The dude who was with her, just a documentarian, was like, if you retrace the because she didn't know any of this, I guess, which is kind of weird in my opinion. Because, like, oh, this guy's probably like, oh, well, this is what really happened. And she could make up her own stories to correlate with that guy's, what he's saying. But it could be what they're saying, where she's just telling him these stories and he's just putting, like, fucking making points in his head, like, oh, wait, he was over there. Because she's like, we took a drive one Sunday and we were up near the North Bay or blah, 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 whatever. And he's just putting in his head, he's like, well, if you threw the money here and follow the current, it is exactly where you would fucking find it at that beach. And he's naming the time off, how they dredged the water before and how all the sediment landed beneath the money. And so how the time frame actually lands with it. It's crazy. But it could also be bullshit because I'm very cynical too.
It was Loki.
Fucking Tommy boy. Tommy Middleston. God. But that's interesting. DB Cooper, I never really put 2 cents into it. This is the second time I've watched this documentary. But I think it's cool. I like just the crime. I don't know why I like the crime.
He got away.
Like,
wasn't that one movie
McMillions is cool.
Without a Paddle or whatever? It's about those kids that remember they try to Seth Green and the one guy.
You got me, bro. You got me.
Never saw Without a Paddle? They find those hippie chicks in the treehouse during the.
Now you're piquing my interest. You're speaking about hippie chicks?
The hippie chicks with the hairy legs.
Now I'm listening. I wasn't listening through this whole 56-minute podcast till you mentioned hippie chick, hairy legs.
Who the fuck else is in that movie? It's got the guy who played fucking Shaggy.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. One of them is Dax Shepard.
There you go.
The other one is
Oh, so you have seen the movie?
No, I just know the idiots who played in the fucking movie.
It is Dax Shepard.
It's the fuck's his name? He played in a movie I watched recently too. He was like, oh man, what the fuck was the movie I watched?
Got the fat guy from Boy Meets World who lost a lot of weight recently.
Oh god,
he's a hillbilly.
Oh, and that Without a Paddle movie. Oh really? That's cool.
Yeah,
I just remember seeing the movie. What was it?
Trailers.
The DVD title, like in the movie in like Walmart or some sort of store before, and I remember seeing the 3 idiots on the cover. They're like super big, and the whole background's like tiny. The cliche, corny comedy cover of a movie. What the? Matthew Broderick is who I keep in mind, but that ain't who it is at all. It ain't Jim Brewer.
No. Is there 4 of them, or is it just the 3? Dax, fucking.
No, it's just that dude who played him is throwing me off.
The guy that played Shaggy and Scooby Doo and 13 Ghosts.
Yeah, I know who. Just throwing me off who it is. I can't remember his name. I'm usually good with actors. It's all I really know. It's all I really know. I'm confident I know actors. Yeah. Everything else is just women a wish.
Whatever.
Hail Mary. Might be right. It's the sound it makes as it blows out my ass.
It's got a CO2 cartridge in my asshole.
Exactly. Let's make some of them cars sometime, Kyle.
Race them?
Yeah.
All right, dude. I'll put a little Bobby's World little toy on it, so it looks like he's driving it.
Well, this is gonna ruin your aerodynamics, man. Unless you make a little bubble seat for him.
I need all I got is luck with a little Bobby toy.
You're gonna connect a Bobby toy to a CO2 cartridge and just send them down the line.
Peace out. Yeah, Bobby's World.
I'm gonna take time out of my life to build a car, and you're just gonna cheese-mo this competition.
Now you know how I felt when I entered the fucking shit in Boy Scouts.
I don't care what the fucking troop leader did to you, bro. We're having a friendly competition between friends.
We're going to get the little kits, and we're going to fucking whittle a car. and put a CO2 cartridge thing in the back of it.
Stop.
And shoot
Stop.
it.
You could whittle your own fucking car all you want. I'm going to use tools, and I'm going to actually use like sandpaper, and I'm going to cut my own piece. I'm going to fucking use a jigsaw. I'm going to use a bandsaw. You could fucking sit there with a whittle knife, a straight razor. I'm over here.
Whittling regardless.
You whittle that, and then you
sand
grab
it
an
down.
apple and you cut it with the same knife you're whittling with.
I'm going to chisel it and use sandpaper, probably 50 grit.
50 grit.
Start
Fuck,
with
you're
that
going
50 grit.
You're going dank, bro. You're going
then
rough.
go with the 80.
Then you're going to progress to what?
Probably the 120.
Ooh wee!
I like that 120 grit. It's good on the teeth.
Damn. Good on the teeth.
Keeps my rodent teeth from growing too long.
Ew. Rodent teeth. It's good right now because you have the mic over. It's kind of hard to talk to you when I see your teeth.
Good.
Looks like
I don't want
rodent
to see
teeth.
them.
I feel like you need to eat just random stuff and shit random places and piss
I
random
do
places.
that anyways.
Spread trichinosis or whatever they spread, toxoplasmosis.
Trichinosis, isn't that like a thing with a worm?
It is with the eating raw meat or raw bear, pig, stuff like that. Stuff that eat like omnivores, I think you get it from. If you eat stuff that eats meat and veggies. More you know, Kyle.
The more you know. And knowing is half the battle.
Annoying is half the battle.
It's true.
Which is you.
Thanks.
That's exactly you.
You know,
Is there anything else you want to add to this 100th episode at the 1 hour mark, bro?
No.
No? You're just sleeping?
No.
Well, then we're just gonna do that little number and just
Keeping it close to the chest on that one,
I guess
dude.
so, dude. You know, you don't want to talk to our beautiful friends and people out there who've
I'm
been
gonna let you do it.
with us for 100 episodes. Well, then shut the fuck up and let me do it, then, man. Just the look of okay, then you do it, Jared. Yeah, but thank you everybody for the 20 people that listen to us. Let's get them numbers up. I love you all, and you know what it is, man. I just appreciate doing this with you, my brother. Thank you,
man. I love you, man.
Love you too. I love the Marvel talk. Someday we'll come to some sort of conclusion about Marvel.
Hope Wolverine comes out. That's all I'm saying.
The Pulverine. Deadpool needs to be involved too. We didn't even include him in anything.
Oh shit. Whatever.
They are making a Deadpool 3. Love you, everybody.
Happy